Let me share one of the PPT, then we start the lecture. So this I have designed a PPT through which we are going to be uh, revise the some concept. So this is resource allocation. Okay, or you can say this is the resource management chapter. So we are going to be discuss the brief some important points. So first of all, this particular is the resource, different types of resources. So these all are the different types of resources. Now here it is written nature of the resources. In my lab class, we had discussed three different types of resources, but here in my theory class, these resources are a 7 type. So now we are going to be discuss these 7 type of resources. Labor means the manpower who is going to do that job. Our equipment means the tools that they are using. And if I talk about the material, the material is a consumable thing, space where they are putting their equipment so that they are able to be do that task, or sitting and all that. Services, maybe the HR services, maybe the networking service, maybe the cleaning service. So this way you can discuss this services. Time, so definitely to do a particular task, some span of time is required, or some there is a time the task is going to be start, and there is a time when this task is going to be end. So the difference between this time is known as actually time consumed. Money, to do a particular task, we are going to be utilize my this material, equipment, labor, space. So for everything I have to pay. So definitely this is money. This way you can discuss all these 7 points. Okay, then these are the 3 different types of schedule. One is my Gantt chart. So my Gantt chart, we had already done this in my lab class. The Gantt chart, we are preparing a complete chart based on to my activity or the set of tasks, and these tasks are arranged in such a fashion. There is a start date, there is an end date, and then there we are defining the dependency between them. So means we are showing this is my initial task and this is my final task and so on. Okay, so that is the meaning of this. So this activity schedule is one type of schedule. Another one is the resource schedule. So resource schedule, similar to my activity or task sheet, we are making a resource sheet, and once we prepare that resource sheet, so there is a chart that is get generated related to my resources, how much these are get utilized. So these are the bar type charts. So they are actually showing to me the schedule of when this particular resources get utilized, or this resource is used for which particular activity. Similarly, the cost schedule. The cost schedule means, as I told you, my cost is directly proportional to the resources utilized. So right now, based on to the resources that we are going to be used on a particular day, this much cost actually we need. Okay. So these are the different types of schedule. Now this is the one methods by which we are going to be smooth the resources, smoothing of resources. So here we are going to be discuss the concept of smoothing of resources. ठीक है, smoothing of resources. So this is one of the method to whom we call as resource leveling. So this is one of the graph so that we had drafted there. So here, as per this particular graph, my beat having how much duration. So this is given duration. This is the duration. This is the duration. So 3 is the duration, and in braces this is given the number of resources that are required. So in my case, this is the worker. Okay, so this is the complete graph. I hope you are able to be draw this right now, the network. So A require 2 workers, and what is the duration? 2 duration. B require 3 days, and how many workers? 2 workers are required. Similarly, my C need 5 days and 4 workers are required. The same thing is drafted in this matrix. You can see this matrix, you can check. Anna, so actually show you. So here A, how many resources? 2. So this is 6 plus 2, that become 8. And how many days? 2. So here you can see, here we are representing the days along my horizontal axis, and here we are representing the resources. So in my case, resources are the workers only. So 2 workers, 6 plus 2, 8. For my C, how many workers? 5. So 2 plus, oh sorry, how many? 4 workers. So 2 plus 4, that becomes 6. And total number of days, 5. So here you can say the span of this C is up till 5 days. So now this is the actual original matrix that we had developed. Right now I have to smooth my resources. What do you mean by smoothing of resources? Actually, if I see this, so up till second day, we need 8 resources. On my second to third day, I need only 6 resources. From 3 to 5, I need 4 resources. So there is very mismatch. So this is the responsibility of the manager. If the team members that are allocated to them, they are providing them the task equally, so that they are get engaged throughout the day, and then only they are going to be balance their cost for their projects. So they need to be find out certain alternative. So now this is the resource level. How this resource are get levels? So right now this my B task is get delayed. So here you can see, so instead of starting onto the initial day, so this task is get delayed after 2 days. Once my A is completed, then only B started. So how many resources are required for B? How many resources are required? 2. For my A required 2. So this is 6 plus 2, 8. And this need how many resources? This need 4 resources. So 4 resources are utilized here. And now throughout the project lifespan, we are using the equal number of resources. So instead of using someday 8, someday 6, someday 4 resources, right now equal number of resources are required throughout my project. So that is the meaning of resource leveling. Similarly, there are another methods by which this resource can be get leveled. If anyone having any doubt in this, let me know. I will explain it again. Now this is the another way how we are actually understanding this particular concept. Hello. ये किसी के उससे डिस्टर्बेंस आ रही है? सरबजीत कौर और पूजा जायसवाल, आप अपना म्यूट करके रखो इसको. आई होप ये सरबजीत कौर के वहां से होगी डिस्टर्बेंस. ठीक है, तो now you can draw the network. So this network here, A having no dependency, so that's why this is A. And after this, 2 nodes. So which are 2 nodes? B and C. So I assume this is my B and this is my C. Okay, so after B, D, and after C, E. Okay, and here not C and D, D and E, D and E. So after D and E, F. So this way this network is get drafted. Now after drafting this network, this sheet is get generated. So here they are calculating how many resources are required. So how many resources are required for my this task activity A? 2 resources are required. So total is 2. Here I need, this is the parallel activity B and C. How many resources are required for B? My B need 2 resources. So here you can write B. Here my A. Okay. So actually my B need how many resources? 2. C need 6 resources. 6 plus 2, this become 8. Similarly, the next one. So now this is the actual graph. Now how I can smooth this? So I can smooth this by pre-proning this particular one. So instead of starting on the third day, I can start it on to the Monday. So B can be pre-poned. If I pre-pone this, So I am, and similarly you can prepone this to one more day or here only this date onto the Sunday. So if I prepone this, so right now new calculation. Here I get 4. Here I get 4. Here my 6 resources instead of 8. And here how many resources are required? So here I need, maybe if I prepone this task depending upon to the slack time, whether the delay is possible. If delay is not possible, then we can check how many preponing is possible. So if I am able to be do like this, here I need 4 resources, here I need 4 resources, here I need 3 resources, and here I need the 1 resources. So if I see the graph, my graph become like this way. So this is the appropriate graph for my project. Okay, so this is not always possible कि we are always able to be arranged in a straight line, but somehow we are going to be make something like this. Initially less number of resources required, then more number of, then we keep on releasing the resources up till the end of. So this is another way how we are going to be manage my resources. Clear hai? Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Friends, now this is another concept. This is a earn value analysis concept. Earn value analysis. Earn value analysis. Okay. So this lies under my monitoring topic. We call this cost monitoring. So these are the relation. One is the relation for my schedule variance. So how we calculate, we are using two terms. One is my earn value, another one is my planned value. Another one is my cost variance. So how much cost is varied right now, whether we are above that budget. So here we are again using two terms. One is my earn value, another one is the actual cost. Here we are using my planned value. Here we are using, instead of the plan, the actual cost. Now these are the another indexes. One is SPI. SPI we are calculating similar way we are calculating my schedule variance. Actually these both are the schedule indicators. Schedule means how we had planned that as per my date, calendar date. So this we are calculating by using the same thing, earn value divided by planned value. If the value is less than 1, so means project is behind the schedule. Similarly, cost performance index, that we can calculate by using the same attributes. One is my earn value, another one is the actual cost. And the last one is, again, if this is less than 1, so this means my project is over budget. We had already spent more cost than my plan itself, if it is less than 1. And this is the last, cost schedule index. So this actually helped me to be forecast my project cost. So how we are calculating, we are right now using both the indexes, SPI as well as my CPI, to calculate this particular one. So this is the multiplication of both of this. And on the basis of this, whatever be the value we are getting from here, that we can use for forecasting the project. So here it shows, if this value is less than, CSI is from 1, the less likely project recovery becomes. So means then the chances of the recovery is less. Now we are discussing all this with the help of one example. So here we are taking an example of project. My planned cost is this much, 10,000, and this is the duration for my project, 4 weeks. So this is the important thing. One is my this planned cost, and this is another one, that is my duration. Now it take this scenario, today my 3 week are already get passed, and how much we had completed, only 50% task is get completed, and how much we had spent on to this, 9,000. So now based on to this given data, we can calculate everything. So first of all, we are calculating my planned value. So actually my planned value is how much? 10,000. Why I had written this 7,500? Because today when we are checking this, on that date only 3 weeks are passed. So 3 into 25. So how we get this 25? 10,000 divided by 4. So if I divide per week budget, so that become 2500. So that's why I get as per my plan, it should be this much, 7500 only. But how much we have earned? We had earned 50%. So 50% mean half of this we had achieved 2 weeks. So as per that, this is only 5000. But actual cost, how much we had already spent on to this 50% task. So I had already spent 9000. So these three value we can get from my given question itself. Right now I have to calculate all of this. So firstly we are calculating my schedule variance and schedule performance index, SPI and SV. So this is the actual value. How much we are over the budget? Oh sorry, behind the schedule, this much cost. So here it shows the cost. Actually it shows the value that is less than 1. So this means if this is less than 1, so that means behind the schedule. So how much we are behind the schedule? So exactly 0.44 we are behind the schedule. So near about you can approximate it ki 40% we are already delayed. Now this is the cost variance. So how we are calculating cost variance? By using the same 5000 minus 900. So this is the exact value that is shown there. This much my project is over budget. And here we are calculating the index of this. Now we can calculate the CPI. So how we are calculating the CPI? Multiplying my this value with this value. So by multiplying both this value, so we can get my CSI if I need to use that particular one. So right now I have to estimate what is my new budget. So how we calculate the new budget? So this is my actual plan budget, that my initial budget. Right now I get the CPI. So by using this my CPI and this, so this is my actual value is 10,000, and here we are using 10,000 and this that we had calculated from my CPI. So now my new value will become 18,181. So if we are moving as per this speed, as per my current visibility, my project need this much budget. If we are comparing with respect to the cost, so this much budget, this much value I actually need. So that is the meaning of this particular one. Clear? Clear? Is there any doubt? This complete concept is known as earn value analysis. We have taken one example and then we calculate both my cost variance, schedule variance, SPI, and also what is the new cost for my project. At the end of the project right now, how much I need? This much. But this is not static one. It remain as such. If I take this as a challenge and start working as per my plan, so this maybe get decreased after a few days if I forecast again this. And it maybe get increased if we are not taking care of whatever we had analyzed right now. These are the another methods for monitoring. So this is my Gantt chart. This Gantt chart is based on my resources. These are the resources: Gallivan, Cody, Justin. So these are going to be performed these tasks. So this is responsible to do this task. This is responsible to do this task. Here we are showing the timeline, and these are showing the span of that task. These dark lines are showing me how much we had completed up till date, and the white portion showing me how much left. Today we are on this date in the 17th week, and my Thursday is complete. Sorry, Tuesday is completed and Wednesday is started today. Okay. So now based on to this, we start monitoring. First one is my slip chart. As the name says, how much we are slipped from the current date. If I check this particular one, so this is moving, this line is get tilt towards my right side. If this is tilt towards the right side, so then it means we are before the plan. We are able to be execute that task before the actual time that we had shown in my plan date. If this deflection is towards the left hand side, then means this task is not achieved as per my planned date. Actual, if I drop this line na, so this line should lie on this, है ना? But here you can see how much we are preponed, how much we are postponed from that particular date. So this is the actual line. But if I talk about this task, so this much day we had already achieved in advance, and in this case this is get delayed. So slip chart is another monitoring technique. This is my timeline. So this is another technique to monitor the project. If these drop lines are directly falling onto my this line, so this is my timeline, slanting lines, so this means we are on time. If this deflection is towards the right hand side, then mean this is the delay. If this is falling like this way, then this means we are before the time. So here we are representing again my actual time and my planned time. So planned time is represented along the horizontal axis, and along the vertical axis we are actually representing my actual time. So now we are able to be judge my project whether we are able to be complete on time or not. So these all are the monitoring techniques, okay, which are very important. I hope this we start discussing in the last lecture now. Hello students, are you able to be understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having some doubt? If you have any doubt, let me know. Anyone? यार कोई रिस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं करता इधर, क्या बात?
नहीं सर, कोई डाउट नहीं है।
आप तो एक रिस्पॉन्ड कर रहे हो यार, बाकी और तो कोई बोल ही नहीं रहा, क्या बात है? बाकी और कोई नहीं बोल रहा है यहाँ पे. नियर अबाउट 13 to 14 people are present in class, but only one student is replying here. Let me ask them. कौन सा न्यूमेरिकल बोल रहे हो पूजा? विच न्यूमेरिकल? अर्न वैल्यू एनालिसिस. अर्न वैल्यू एनालिसिस की बात कर रहे हो? ओके ओके ओके, आई विल रिवाइज इट अगेन. ओके ओके ओके, चलो दोबारा देखते हैं उसको. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, दोबारा से देख लो इसको, दोबारा से देख लेते हैं. ये इसके रिलेशन है, दीज ऑल आर द रिलेशंस. ठीक है, ये फॉर्मूलेज हैं, और हम ना इस प्रोजेक्ट को ले रहे हैं सिनेरियो. तो यहाँ पे हमने लिया है वैल्यू कितना है मेरे प्रोजेक्ट का 10,000, और ड्यूरेशन कितना है 4,000. तो सबसे पहले ना आप 1 वीक की कॉस्ट ना कैलकुलेट कर लो. जस्ट कैलकुलेट द कॉस्ट फॉर 1 वीक. तो हाउ वी गेट दैट? 10,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 4. तो आई होप यू गेट दिस वैल्यू नियर अबाउट 25, है ना? 10,000. सुन रहे हो? हेलो, आप रिस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं करते हो यार, क्या लोग हो आप? डिवाइडेड बाय 4. तो अगर इसको डिवाइडेड बाय 4 करोगे तो ये कितना आ जाना है? 2500 आ जाना है आपका, 2500. ठीक है. नो द सिनेरियो इज गिवन एट द एंड ऑफ द 3rd वीक. तो 3rd वीक मींस, है ना, 3 वीक हो गए or for 1 week what is the cost? 25. So if I multiply 25 with the 3, that becomes 75. So that's why this is my plan cost. Okay, that is my planned value. So as per my plan, we must है ना, we had spent only 7500. But as per this scenario, how much we had completed the task? We had completed only 50%. So 50% means 2500 for 1 week and 55% of this 4 week. That is 2. So 2 into 25, that becomes 5000. Okay. And then the next scenario, actual cost that we had spent. So how much we had spent up till the 3rd week? We had spent 9000. So now we are using this 9000. With this, we are getting these 3 terms value. My planned value, earned value, and actual value. Once I am able to find this 3, so I can put it into this given relations or formula, and we can get the value. And if this value is negative, so that means we are behind the schedule. If this value SPI is less than 1, that is already given here. SPI is less than 1 means project is behind the schedule. And similarly, if I talk about my cost variance, so cost variance, if negative, so this means over budget. So here we are saying behind the schedule. Here we are saying more than that. Here we are saying behind the schedule means कि whatever be the actual plan date, we had already spent more day onto that, and here we had already spent more money onto that. So that mean over budget, and here we are getting that indicator. And now we have to forecast. If we are working on this speed, if we are working with this team as per this current performance, then what is the new cost for my project? So then we can calculate by using this estimate at the complete. Okay, this is also known as forecasting for my project. Or another term, technical term that we are using here, that is a EAC. So EAC is equal to BAC divided by CPA. So what is my BAC? BAC my actual cost that we had initially planned. That is my 10,000. And what is my CPI? CPI is 0.55. So if I calculate this, then it becomes this much. So initially we are saying कि we are able to make my project, that project for 10,000. But right now instead of 10,000, it need 18,000. So that is the meaning of this particular one. Clear, Pooja? Hello? Now it is clear? Okay. Now I hope my lecture is going to be complete in next 7 to 8 minutes. But let us discuss the next part. This is clear. These all are the monitoring technique. Please respond for this. Monitoring is clear. बोल के बता दो मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, unnecessarily time waste होगा. Monitoring is clear ना? These charts are clear. Actually these all are the question. तो ये 5 नंबर के आ सकते हैं या मिक्स होके आ सकते हैं. What are the different monitoring techniques? So you may discuss these different techniques that we are using for monitoring purpose. If you had any doubt, you can ask me. जैसे इसका नाम स्लिप चार्ट है, तो उसको ध्यान में रखना, कुछ भी बना के ऐसे आगे पीछे थोड़ा करके दिखा देना आपने और शो कर देना दिस इज द स्लिप चार्ट एंड दिस इज द टाइमलाइन. टाइमलाइन यहाँ से एक वो पूरा डायगोनल पे लाइन बना देना है और फिर यहाँ पे मेरा जो है प्लान टाइम है. अगर मेरा एक्चुअल टाइम होगा तो डिले हो जाएगा. आप इधर देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे, यहाँ क्या है, ऑलमोस्ट ये एंड ऑफ द 5th वीक है और इधर अगर आप देख रहे हो तो ये स्टार्ट ऑफ द 6th वीक है. तो हियर इज द पॉइंट. तो अगर ये ऐसा लाई करेगा तो ये देखो ये ऑटोमेटिकली इधर स्लैंटिंग हो गया. तो ये डिफाइन कर रहा है कि विच पर्टिकुलर डेट वी स्टार्ट डिफ्लेक्टिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर वन. दैट्स व्हाई दिस डिफ्लेक्शन इज देयर. You can draw anywhere, that doesn't matter, but anyhow this is get delayed from my plan. If I say for this, so this is almost the 3rd week and start of the Tuesday. Here is again the this is the point. So if I divide it into 7 parts, so you can see 5 parts, so you can see somehow nearby. Okay, so this is almost same. That is the meaning of this. Okay, so this is the another monitoring technique. Now this is the controlling So in my controlling, these all are the ways by which we can control. Actually, this is my project life cycle. I hope we have discussed already in my previous class. And this is how the information keep on flowing. So my information flowing from, oh, these are the information generator. Na? They are actually dealing with the task and then only they are sending the information. Then team leader, there are too many team leaders that are reporting to the project manager, and project manager direction, sending the direction to all these team member as per their assignments. Though here the project manager need to be assemble that information that is coming from here, but the direction who is coming that need to be distributed as per their contribution. So that is the responsibility of the project manager. So it actually shows me as per the responsibility how this information is keep on flowing. Okay, and that is nothing, that is the this way they are controlling. This steering committee is responsible to control the more than one project manager, and this project manager is going to be control more than one team leader. Team leader is responsible to control more than one developers, programmers, or something like this. So this way you can understand this. Okay, now this is the assessing method. Assessing method, one is the checkpoints. Checkpoint are nothing, these are the predefined time, or you can say we had already defined certain indicator within my plan. When we are reaching up till this, then we are testing for whether my plan is matched as per my expectation or not. So there are two types of checkpoint. One is a event driven, another one is a time driven. When this much time is get passed, then only we are able to be judge myself whether we are able to be reach up till that point or not. Or we can say when we reach at that point, then only we check the time whether this is appropriate or not. So in both the ways we are comparing these two things. Okay. Now these are the different types of reporting. So what are the different types of reporting? Some are the oral reporting and some are the written reporting. Oral can be the regular. So regular means the meeting that are predefined. A particular meeting is get conducted on to the Saturday. So particular meeting is going to be get conducted on to this week. So that is the regular. Ad hoc, some type of meetings that are not continuously, but they are as per the project start executing, the people started conducting the meeting. If the project is stopped, so maybe some resumed, so maybe the people are not conducting the meeting, so that means the oral ad hoc meeting. And similarly the formal, written, and ad hoc meeting. And this is the informal means when the people are moving out, are sitting at the dining table, so they start discussing something, but the objective is again to be understand that. Okay, so this actually shows me how this data is get collected. So this may be based on to a particular resource. So timesheet I had already explained you. Most of the worker till date are using this timesheets when they are entering into the organizations. So onto the timesheet they are getting the signature of the time department. This time they enter into the organization. Now they keep on moving from one department to another department, and they keep on doing certain tasks for the department. So this may be a type of worker that is get utilized more than one department. So they are keep on mentioning on their time sheet, this is the task that is allocated to them, this is the time when he report, and this is the time, this much task that he had completed, or what is the schedule of that completion, or what is the estimate that is left. So this way they keep on filling. This time sheet is one of the tool by which the data can be get collected. This is another type of sheet to whom we call a activity assessment sheet. So here we keep on checking if these are the set of tasks that we had allocated to this resource, and whether they are able to be complete on time or not, whether these are not. So there are three different types of color coding. One is my green. So green means what tasks are performed as per the plan. One is the amber. Amber means these are the tasks which are not performed on time, but there is the possibility to retrieve that task that can be get converted into green or some another color. So this is the third color to whom we call a red. So red are the those tasks which cannot be get recovered. So these are the three color coding. So right now this actually the assessment of that employee, whether this is able to be do the task on time or not. So that is the meaning of this. And this is the last one to whom we call, this is the another method, to whom we call the cost and a graph. So one is my planned graph, another one is the actual graph. So these all are the way by which the data can be get collected. Okay. Yes. Now in the next class, now we will take rest of the topic whatever left in the next class. Up till this class, oh, this is the only topic that I had revised. If you had any query for this, whatever we had discussed, you can ask me now. On Saturday ना
सर जी से क्या था, ग्रीन था कि ग्रे था?
क्या?
जी से ग्रीन था कि ग्रे था?
नहीं, एक ग्रीन था, एक एम्बर था और एक रेड था।
और एक रेड था। ओके ओके
ठीक
सर।
है, ग्रीन मीन होता है ऑन टाइम, एम्बर मीन होता है
ओके सर।
ठीक है ये टाइम पे तो नहीं है मगर इसमें पॉसिबिलिटी है कि हम रिकवर कर लेंगे, और रेड मीन होता है
ओके,
रिकवर होने के चांसेस कम हो गए।
कोई नहीं सकता। ओके
ठीक है, कल ना हम एक क्लास शेड्यूल करेंगे जिसे बोल रहे हैं डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन। ये एज पर यूनिवर्सिटी है, तो मैं इसे प्लान कर रहा हूँ कि ये रखेंगे हम। मेरी एक क्लास है सुबह 10 से 11, दूसरी है 11 से 12। तो ये हम